Welcome to this audio press release, powered by IBM. This original production delivers market and sector insights, as well as executive interviews with innovative executives shaping the future in fast-moving industries, and may feature a client partner of IBM, or one of the 75-plus investor-focused brands within IBM's dynamic brand portfolio. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, IBM leverages an extensive distribution network, utilizing multiple proprietary corporate communication tools to introduce both public and private companies to a vast and diverse audience of investors, consumers, influencers, journalists, and other targeted segments of the public. IBM may have received compensation to produce this audio content. Please be sure to read IBM's entire disclaimers for full disclosures. This article has been disseminated on behalf of MAX Power Mining Corporation and may include a paid advertisement. Headline: MAX Power Mining Corporation leverages AI, natural hydrogen to address skyrocketing energy demand. Artificial intelligence is no longer constrained by software innovation alone. The next major bottleneck in the global AI race is rapidly becoming electricity, as hyperscale data centers consume power at levels few existing grids were designed to support. According to the International Energy Agency, worldwide data center electricity consumption is projected to roughly double by 2030 to approximately 945 terawatt-hours, while AI-optimized data centers could more than quadruple their power consumption over the same period. In practical terms, compute demand is scaling far faster than new grid capacity can be built. At the same time, global attention is increasingly turning toward geologic hydrogen, a naturally occurring underground energy source that advocates believe could play a major role in the transition away from fossil fuels. Within this rapidly advancing sector, MAX Power Mining Corporation has emerged as a leading public natural hydrogen company globally and has already confirmed the first subsurface natural hydrogen system in North America at its Lawson Project in Saskatchewan. As AI data center expansion accelerates global electricity demand, MAX Power is advancing commercial evaluation of natural hydrogen as a potential source of off-grid scalable clean baseload power for next-generation AI and distributed infrastructure systems, while leveraging AI-assisted exploration through its proprietary MAXXF LEMI platform. With these efforts, MAX Power joins other companies that are leading the way forward in the AI space, including Microsoft Corporation, Apple Inc., Meta Platforms Inc., and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited. MAX Power Mining Corp is now moving beyond initial discovery and into commercial evaluation of what may become one of the world's earliest scalable natural hydrogen systems. One of the most important developments occurring within the natural hydrogen sector is the transition from isolated geological discoveries towards structured development pathways. MAX Power's Lawson discovery is increasingly being viewed not as an isolated geological event, but as part of a much larger basin-scale system, extending across Saskatchewan's 475-kilometer Genesis Trend. An important aspect of the Lawson discovery is the presence of unusually strong helium concentrations alongside natural hydrogen. MAX Power is developing MAXX LEMI, the company's AI-assisted exploration platform designed to improve targeting precision and support scalable natural hydrogen discovery. AI's relentless hunger for electricity. The rapid acceleration of artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing global energy demand dynamics. Large language models, cloud computing infrastructure, and AI-optimized data centers require immense quantities of electricity, creating strains on existing grids at a pace few policymakers anticipated only a few years ago. The rise of AI is no longer simply a technology story, it is becoming an energy infrastructure story. The International Energy Agency estimates that China and the United States alone will account for nearly 80% of global data center electricity demand growth through 2030. In the United States, data center electricity consumption is projected to increase by roughly 240 terawatt-hours by the end of the decade, representing growth of approximately 130% compared with 2024 levels. The United States already has the world's highest per capita data center electricity usage and that figure is expected to more than double by 2030. The pressure this creates on power infrastructure is already beginning to affect the technology sector. According to the Wall Street Journal, AI's rapidly rising energy demands are creating severe capacity constraints that have delayed projects, strained utilities, and raised concerns over the long-term scalability of AI deployment itself. Researchers at Massachusetts Institute of Technology similarly note that AI-driven electricity consumption is becoming a growing climate and infrastructure challenge that will require both cleaner energy generation and more efficient computing systems. This emerging energy crisis is helping drive renewed interest in alternative, clean baseload energy solutions capable of scaling alongside AI infrastructure. Geologic hydrogen, also known as natural hydrogen, is increasingly attracting attention because it is generated naturally underground and may potentially be produced at materially lower cost than manufactured hydrogen alternatives. MAX Power Mining is positioning itself directly within this macro trend through advancement of the Lawson natural hydrogen system and the broader Genesis trend in Saskatchewan, in addition to other areas around the province extending to the border with Montana and North Dakota. As AI pushes energy demand higher, the company's focus on scalable, domestically sourced natural hydrogen aligns with growing interest in long-duration, low-emission energy solutions capable of supporting future industrial and computing infrastructure. Lawson Discovery advances toward commercial reality. MAX Power Mining Corp is now moving beyond initial discovery and into commercial evaluation of what may become the world's first large-scale commercial natural hydrogen system. The company recently announced that preliminary results from a completed 3D seismic survey at Lawson delineated a coherent structural closure with an estimated aerial extent of approximately 14.2 square kilometers within the broader 28 square kilometer Lawson complex. These findings materially expand the scale of the project and support the interpretation of a potentially extensive subsurface hydrogen accumulation system. The significance of this transition is considerable. Many emerging energy discoveries remain stuck at the theoretical or exploratory stage for years before meaningful commercial pathways begin to emerge. MAX Power, however, is already progressing towards structured commercial evaluation through engagement of GLJ Ltd, one of the energy industry's best-known independent engineering and resource evaluation firms. GLJ's role includes reservoir evaluation, resource modeling, and reserve analysis intended to help define continuity, flow characteristics, and development potential. This represents a critical bridge between geological confirmation and possible future production planning. By integrating seismic interpretation, drilling results, and reservoir modeling, MAX Power is now entering the phase where technical success has the opportunity to begin translating into measurable commercial parameters. At a broader level, the Lawson system is emerging at a time when governments and industries are increasingly searching for reliable domestic energy alternatives capable of supporting accelerating AI-related electricity demand. Canada's own Hydrogen Council, cited in the country's hydrogen strategy, projects the global hydrogen market could exceed $2.5 trillion annually by 2050. Within this context, MAX Power Mining is attempting to move from proof of concept toward commercial execution at a pace measured in months rather than decades, bridging discovery to commercial execution. One of the most important developments occurring within the natural hydrogen sector is the transition from isolated geological discoveries towards structured development pathways. Following the Lawson discovery by MAX Power, the industry is increasingly moving beyond speculation and into commercial assessment, where continuity, flow rates, and economic viability become the primary focus. This transition is particularly important because natural hydrogen remains one of the least developed, but potentially most transformative, emerging energy categories. At Lawson, MAX Power Mining Corp is preparing for additional confirmatory drilling, flow testing, and reservoir evaluation designed to determine the scale and continuity of the system. The recently completed 3D seismic survey provides a clearer understanding of structural geometry and potential gas accumulation zones, particularly at elevated apex and flank positions where reservoir conditions may prove most favorable. This progression toward commercial evaluation is being supported by increasingly experienced leadership and technical oversight. MAX Power recently appointed Tony van Bergsteden as Chief Financial Officer as the company advances toward development planning and expanded field operations. Bergsteden's background in managing complex resource operations and capital frameworks reflects the company's growing emphasis on disciplined commercial execution. The broader energy market is also becoming more receptive to decentralized and off-grid energy systems capable of supporting AI infrastructure. According to Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, projects associated with Kevin O'Leary's O'Leary Ventures and O'Leary Digital are heavily focused on securing private energy sources to support AI-related power demand. In Saskatchewan specifically, Bell Canada has proposed a massive AI data center development, the largest in Canada, in an industrial corridor adjoining the Genesis Trend, potentially creating additional long-term regional demand for natural hydrogen and helium resources. These developments reinforce the idea that future AI infrastructure may increasingly depend on new forms of scalable and domestically sourced energy. Basin-scale potential across Saskatchewan. The Lawson discovery is increasingly being viewed not as an isolated geological event, but as part of a much larger basin-scale system extending across Saskatchewan's 475-kilometre Genesis Trend. This district-scale framework substantially expands the long-term potential of Max Power's natural hydrogen strategy because it suggests the possibility of repeatable discoveries across a broader geological corridor rather than a single localized reservoir. According to MAX Power Mining, the 3D seismic results at Lawson now support interpretation of a larger and potentially repeatable geological system capable of hosting multiple producing wells. The delineation of large structural closures materially improves targeting capability for follow-up drilling, while helping define the broader technical framework necessary for future resource estimation and development planning. Additional targets along the Genesis Trend are also beginning to reinforce the basin-scale thesis. Nearby areas such as Lawson South are similarly being evaluated as part of a broader regional exploration model focused on repeatability and scalability. Meanwhile, about 325 kilometers to the southwest at Bracken, on a different trend, early drilling encountered both natural hydrogen and helium intervals, suggesting that Lawson may not be an isolated occurrence. This concept of repeatable natural hydrogen systems is becoming increasingly important to the global energy conversation. In a recent discussion on emerging electricity technologies, Bill Gates noted that once researchers identify a truly viable natural hydrogen system, future discoveries may become substantially easier because geologists will better understand the conditions they are targeting. Max Power's Genesis Trend strategy directly aligns with this emerging perspective, positioning the company not simply around one discovery, but around the potential emergence of an entirely new basin-scale energy district. Helium emerges as strategic companion resource. An important aspect of the Lawson discovery, and what could be emerging at Bracken, is the presence of unusually strong helium concentrations alongside natural hydrogen. The company reports that helium concentrations within the Lawson system have averaged approximately 4.4%, with peaks reaching as high as 8.7%, well above many conventional economic thresholds. In today's geopolitical environment, this may prove strategically significant, far beyond the natural hydrogen story itself. Global helium supply has become increasingly unstable following disruptions in the Middle East. According to the New York Times, roughly 1/3 of global helium production was disrupted after shutdowns in Qatar linked to regional conflict and infrastructure damage. Helium production lines damaged during the conflict may require years to restore, tightening an already constrained global supply chain. This matters because helium is essential to several industries directly connected to AI infrastructure growth. Semiconductor manufacturing relies heavily on helium during chip fabrication and cooling processes, particularly in advanced AI processors. Helium is also indispensable for MRI systems, superconducting magnets, aerospace applications, and scientific research infrastructure. For max power mining, the presence of significant helium concentrations potentially adds an important economic and strategic dimension to the Lawson and Genesis trend systems. Rather than functioning solely as a natural hydrogen operation, the company may ultimately be positioned within two converging supply-constrained industrial markets simultaneously. As AI infrastructure expansion increases demand for semiconductors and advanced computing systems, helium could emerge as an increasingly valuable byproduct that enhances the broader commercial relevance of the project. AI-powered exploration shapes future discovery. Artificial intelligence is not only driving explosive energy demand, but it is also transforming how energy resources themselves are discovered and evaluated. Max Power is integrating this concept directly into its exploration model through development of MAXXF LEMI, the company's AI-assisted exploration platform designed to improve targeting precision and support scalable natural hydrogen discovery. The concept behind MAXX LEMI is rooted in the idea that once a meaningful natural hydrogen system is successfully identified, future discoveries become more repeatable because the geological signatures behind that success can be systematically analyzed and replicated. By integrating seismic data, drilling results, and subsurface modeling into a unified AI-assisted framework, MAXX LEMI is intended to help identify similar geological conditions across the broader Genesis trend and potentially in future projects beyond Saskatchewan. This approach positions the company at the intersection of two powerful macro trends simultaneously: the accelerating demand for clean baseload energy and the increasing use of AI-assisted systems in resource exploration and infrastructure development. The ability to convert geological discovery into a scalable exploration model could eventually create opportunities extending beyond a single project or jurisdiction. In this sense, MAXX LEMI may evolve into both an internal exploration engine and a potentially monetizable technological framework for the broader natural hydrogen industry. As AI infrastructure continues expanding globally, the demand for scalable, low-cost, and domestically sourced energy solutions is likely to intensify. Max Power Mining is attempting to position itself directly within this convergence by advancing one of the earliest and potentially most scalable natural hydrogen opportunities in North America, while simultaneously applying AI-enhanced exploration tools to future discovery. In a world where AI is consuming electricity at unprecedented rates, companies capable of supplying the next generation of clean baseload energy may become increasingly important participants in the global technology and energy economy. AI innovation expands across industries. Artificial intelligence continues to advance beyond traditional computing applications, becoming increasingly integrated into creative tools, accessibility solutions, digital safety initiatives, and next-generation hardware development. Recent announcements across the technology sector highlight how AI is evolving into a foundational capability that enhances user experiences, improves operational efficiency, and enables new forms of interaction between people and intelligent systems. Microsoft Corporation announced that MAXX 2.5 has launched at number 3 on the Arena text-to-image leaderboard. The company noted that MAXX 2.5 is its strongest image model yet, and the next step in the MAXX image series. According to the company, the model performs well across a wide range of styles, follows instructions closely, renders text more reliably than ever, and produces detailed, coherent images. This is a step change in quality over our previous model, Image 2, the company stated, delivering major improvements in text rendering, stylized illustration, and commercial imagery. Apple Inc. is previewing a suite of accessibility updates that use Apple Intelligence to bring new capabilities to features users rely on every day. Those features include VoiceOver, Magnifier, Voice Control, and Accessibility Reader. The company also announced on-device generated subtitles for uncaptioned video content coming to the Apple ecosystem, as well as a new feature for Apple Vision Pro users to control compatible wheelchairs with their eyes. These new features, as well as updates using Apple Intelligence, are coming later this year. Meta Platforms Inc. has invested in AI and is working to protect both fans and players during this year's FIFA World Cup. The company noted that global sporting events can lead to an increase in fraud, including ticketing scams, as well as false offers of immigration processing and misleading accommodations for those looking to travel to matches. The company has made new investments in advanced AI, tools for people to spot and avoid scams, and partnerships with law enforcement and industry peers to take action and hold scammers accountable. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited has signed a non-binding memorandum of understanding with Sony Semiconductor Solutions Corporation. The MOU is designed to form a strategic partnership for the development and manufacturing of next-generation image sensors. The partnership also seeks to explore and address emerging opportunities in physical AI applications, such as automotive and robotics, paving the way for future innovations and expanded technological advancements, the company stated. The establishment of the JV remains subject to the execution of a definitive legally binding agreement regarding the partnership and the satisfaction of customary closing conditions. These milestones illustrate the growing breadth of AI's influence across the global technology landscape. As companies continue to refine advanced models, expand practical applications, and develop the infrastructure needed to support future innovation, artificial intelligence is increasingly serving as a catalyst for new capabilities that could reshape industries ranging from consumer technology and digital media to robotics and advanced manufacturing. For more information, visit MAX Power Mining. This audio press release is an original content production powered by IBN, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers next-generation corporate communication solutions, utilizing proprietary corporate communication tools such as news aggregation, syndication, social communication, and brand awareness techniques, among others. IBN introduces both public and private companies to diverse audiences to enhance reach and recognition. IBN may receive compensation for services and solutions provided to its client partners. The owners, officers, and directors of IBN, or any of its financial analysts mentioned in this production, do not hold positions in and do not intend to trade the securities of any IBN client partners' companies. This production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities that may be mentioned in this production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries inherent investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This production by IBN is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used in statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources, but not verified nor guaranteed by IBN as to completeness and accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please read IBN's entire disclaimers and disclosures at abuden.ai. Thank you again for listening to this audio press release powered by IBN.